All right, let's get right into it. We're about to talk about a part of you that's, well, running about 95% of your entire life. Think of it like a hidden operating system that can either totally sabotage you or, if you learn how to use it, completely reshape your reality. Today, we're learning how to tap into the incredible power of your subconscious mind.
So does this sound familiar? You're putting in all the hours, you're trying to do everything right, but for some reason, success just seems to flow to other people so effortlessly while you feel like you're just treading water. What is going on there?
Well, here's the secret. The answer isn't about working harder. It's about understanding and directing this amazing, invisible force that's already running inside you, whether you're aware of it or not.
To really get this, it helps to know that you've basically got two minds working at the same time. So, let's use a really simple but powerful analogy. I want you to imagine that you are the captain of a massive ship.
Now, what's so interesting here is how the work is divided up. Your conscious mind, that's the captain on the bridge. It's looking at the maps, making all the decisions, and shouting out the orders. But deep down below in the engine room, that's your subconscious mind. It can't see the sky or the ocean, it just follows the captain's commands, completely blindly. So if the captain gives a crazy order to head straight for the rocks, the crew in the engine room, they'll obey, without asking a single question. Or think of it this way. Your subconscious is like a plot of super fertile soil. It honestly doesn't care what kind of seed you plant in it. You could plant a seed of success or a seed of failure, a seed of health or a seed of sickness. It will take either one and nourish it and bring it to life, no judgment whatsoever. And this is just so crucial to understand. Your subconscious mind is completely 100% literal. So when you constantly say things, even casually like, oh, I can never afford that, you're not just making an observation. Nope. You are giving a direct order to your subconscious, which then gets to work behind the scenes, making that lack of money your actual reality.
Okay, so if this system is so powerful, why do so many of us feel so stuck? Well, it's often because of three little mental viruses that are corrupting the orders we're sending down to that engine room.
The first one is a big one: envy. You know that feeling, that bitter sting of resentment or criticism when you see somebody else succeed? It might seem harmless, but it is actively pushing away the very thing you say you want.
See, here's the problem with envy. When you criticize someone for their wealth, you are programming your own subconscious with the belief that wealth is bad. And since its main job is to protect you, it's then going to do everything in its power to keep that bad thing far away from you. The fix? You got to reframe it. See their success as proof of what's possible for you. Genuinely wish them well. You're basically telling your own mind, hey, that's for me too.
Now the second blockage. This one is completely counterintuitive. It's actually trying too hard, using sheer force of will to make something happen.
Let me break this down for you. Imagine you're walking across a plank of wood on the floor. Super easy, right? No problem. Now, let's put that exact same plank 50 meters up in the air between two buildings. Suddenly, your imagination of falling becomes the dominant thought. And the more you use your willpower to try not to fall, the more you're actually focusing on falling. Your subconscious always responds to the dominant idea, which makes the thing you fear even more likely.
And that leads us right into the third blockage, the one that can neutralize all of our good intentions: fear. This is exactly what happens when we mix our positive affirmations with fear. You tell your subconscious, I am successful, but then 10 minutes later, you're totally consumed by thoughts of failure and worry. It's just like getting in a taxi and constantly changing the destination. The driver gets confused, frustrated, and you end up going absolutely nowhere. Okay, so we've looked at the problems. Now for the good part. Let's talk about the solution. How do we start giving clear, effective orders to our subconscious? Well, the single most powerful tool we have is the art of visualization. And listen, this is not just some fluffy daydreaming. This is a fundamental step in creation. An architect first sees the finished building in their mind's eye. You simply can't build something without a blueprint, right? Well, visualization is the blueprint for your goals.
So, here's the practical method. The absolute best time to do this is right before you fall asleep, when your conscious mind is starting to quiet down. You want to picture your goal as if it's already done. But, and this is the key, don't just see it, you have to feel it. Feel the happiness, the relief, the joy of it being real. That emotional charge is the language your subconscious speaks fluently. And then, just let it go. Trust that the engine room has received its orders and it'll get to work on the how while you sleep.
But what if you don't even know what order to give? What if you're just stuck and you have no idea what the solution to a problem is? Turns out you can use your subconscious for that too.
I mean, we've all been there. You're facing a tough decision, totally unsure about which way to go. There's actually a technique for tapping into a much deeper intelligence. Here's how it works. Right before you go to sleep, quiet your mind. Think about the problem for a moment, but then shift your focus to imagining that amazing feeling of having the perfect solution. Just feel the relief of it. Then let it go and trust your deeper mind to work on it. The answer often pops up as a hunch or a gut feeling. The author, for instance, once lost a really valuable ring. He tried this technique, and he woke up with this strong, kind of logical urge to go ask his young neighbor about it. He did, and sure enough, the boy admitted he'd found it. The hunch led him right to the solution.
And finally, let's talk about one of the most profound ways you can use this power. Literally rewriting your inner code for forgiveness and healing.
What's with this number? 11 months. This is a biological fact that has some absolutely incredible psychological implications for all of us.
That's right. Science tells us that over the course of about 11 months, almost every single cell in your body is replaced. You are, physically, a completely new person. Now just think about that for a second. The person who made that mistake 5 years ago, the one you keep beating yourself up over, that person literally no longer exists. By holding on to that guilt, you're punishing a totally innocent person, the you of today. Realizing this can be the key that finally unlocks the door to true self-forgiveness.
So if there's just one thing you take away from all of this, let it be this. Your subconscious will always bring your most dominant thought to life. It doesn't matter if it's a thought of wealth or poverty, health or sickness, success or failure. This means you have to become a guard at the door of your conscious mind. You have to actively choose to focus on what you want, because your subconscious is always listening, and its only job is to faithfully reproduce whatever you think about most of the time.
And that's really what it all comes down to. The power isn't out there somewhere waiting for you to find it. It's right here, right now, between your ears. Your mind is the most fertile ground in the universe, and it's just waiting for instructions. So the only question that really matters is this: what seed are you going to plant today?